right, so I'm going to put some more problems up. We're going to work those out, and then we're going to talk about what cube root does. And then we're going to do a review card sort game. So, super excited, super ready. Yay! It was, but that's okay. They have to live with their hatefulness. Alright, so let's start with the square root of 176. The square root of 176. So the first thing we do is we find the biggest perfect square that divides evenly. So we know that we're going to stop at like 144 because that 169 is definitely not going in. And I'm going to go ahead and say that 144 does not go into 176. Do we agree or disagree? Okay, so now let's work our way backwards and find a perfect square that divides into 176. So I need you to take your calculator, not scream it out, and divide 176 by those numbers. And give everybody a minute to find it. Why are you making that face? Did you find it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you just give up? No. Okay. All right, did we find it? What did we find? 16 and 11. Awesome. Okay, now remember with square root, we need two of the same number. So, what does 16 get broken down to? You look to the left of it. It's 4 and 4. Now we need two of the same number, so what goes outside to play? What stays inside to read Harry Potter? Fantastic, we're done. Anybody have any questions? We feel okay so far?
No.
Why? Okay. Do you want me to give you a mo before we go to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. You've never seen me unhappy.
You're good.
Wait, I haven't.
Okay?
Some people just don't smile.
Right. Alright, H. Let's do 7 times the square root of 63. Now, first, I want you to ignore that 7 for the mo. We're going to break down 63, and then we're going to attack the 7. Are we ready?
Yeah.
So please, please, please find the biggest perfect square that divides evenly into 63. 9 and what?
7.
Okay. And what does 9 get broken down into? 3 and 3. And we need two of the same number, so one of those is going outside to play. What will you do with the 3 and the 7? Multiply them, so you get 21. And what happens to that 7? Dun, 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 dun. Do we need a minute to process? Are we good on this problem? Do we need to do one more like this, or can we throw in some letters? One more like this? Okay, we can do that. I got problems for days, children. We can do this.
I don't think we've ever done so many letters on Y.
I'm sorry?
I don't think we've ever done so many letters. Oh, I thought you were saying...
No.
I'm not complaining.
Alright. Alright, 2 times the square root of 104. Nah, we're not saying that loud. We're just dividing by our perfect squares. If you don't know what a perfect square is, it's my light pink fuchsia-y colors up here. Are we ready? Kinda. Do we need another minute? Okay, take another minute. No judgment. All got your children. I'll take attendance while we're taking them out. Are we ready now? Okay. What did we get that divides into 104?
13 and 8.
13 and 8? Well, neither of those are perfect squares. But 26 and 4 gives us a perfect square, right? Okay. So then what does 4 get broken down into? And so what are you going to do with this 2 and the 2 out front? And you get 4 root 26. Does everybody see why we couldn't use 8 and 13? Yes, when it's a square root, use perfect squares. Alright, are we ready to do letters? Okay, then can we move on to cubes, please? So we can do our activity. You just need 3 of the same number. It's not that serious. Calm down. Alright, H-I-J. Wrong color, Blair. Alright, 4 times the square root of 99 x to the 8th. Why did you have an evil laugh for this problem? Okay, now find the perfect square. Only use the perfect squares that divides into 99. 9 and 11. And what does 9 get broken down into? 3 and 3. So what goes outside? 3 times 4 and it becomes 12. Okay, we're going to leave a space for our variables. And what goes inside? 11. Trying not to sound like I'm killing you. Alright, what is our index of this radical? 2. Because we don't know what it is, so it's 2. Well, it's not written, so it's 2 rather. So 2 goes into 8 how many times? So you bring x to the 4th outside. Yay! How do we feel? Okay, can we go on to cubes? Please just let me go on to cubes. Please just let me.
I'm kidding.
No, we're moving on to cubes, and then we're going to do our card sort activity. Okay. We can do this. I have to go to the next page. Alright, so if you're going to the next page with me, this is 51D. If you're not going to the next page, if you have enough room, just keep working. There's 4 of them. Okay.
There are more 39s.
That is a true statement. Alright, H-I-J, we're on K now. Let's cube root it and call it a cube roots, and we're going to start over with A. How about that? Alright, cube roots. You need 3 of the same number this time. Shaking things up. Okay, so the first one that we're going to do is the cubed root of 32. Now, the way you know that it's a cube root is if it has a little baby 3 out front. If it had a big 3, that would not be the cubed root. That's just 3 times the square root. But a baby 3. Now, what number do we know divides into 32? 8 and what?
What?
Hold up.
What with your judgment? 8 and 4 is fine. He meant that 16 could also go into 32.
Oh, I thought you meant 16.
No, he was saying 16 and 2. She was quick on that judgment. Alright, now, because it's cube root, we need 3 of the same number. So do we have 3 of the same number yet? Okay, so what can we break 8 down into? Cuatro and... Yeah. Okay, do we have 3 of the same number yet? Okay, but can we break 4 down?
Yes.
Into what? 2 and 2. Thank you. So that's 1, 2, 3 of the same number. I'm telling you. It's like I was meant to do this. Alright, what goes outside of the radical? 2 does. Then you leave that 3 in the mullet. What stays inside? What's left over? And you're done.
It's amazing.
So you don't do anything with the cube?
No. That's just saying it's the cubed root. That's why we needed 3 of the same number. Uno más? Or dos más? Dos más?
12.
Okay. 12?
It's a little excessive.
Alright, the cubed root of 135. Okay, it ends in a 5, correct?
Yes.
So you divide by 5. Okay, so we're going to break it down by 5 and 27. Look at us go. It's like we're ninjas. Okay, now we can't break 5 down anymore, so we're like, bump this 5. We don't care. What about 27? What can it be broken down into? 9 and 3. What can the 9 be broken down into? Do we have 3 of the same number? What? What do we do with it? Put it outside. Now, do we leave this baby 3 in the mullet? Yes. And what happens to this 5?
Inside 3 3/4.
Woo!
Yes, it went in.
All right. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? I'm super excited. All right. Last one, and then we're doing our card sort. C as in potato. 4 times the cubed root of 56. One day I'm going to learn that it is okay if I write smaller. This zooms in. All right, what goes into 56? 8 and 7. What does 8 get broken down to? What does 4 get broken down to?
2 and 2.
Do we have 3 2s? What are we going to do with that 2 and the 4?
Multiply.
And you get?
8.
And times the cubed root of? What stays inside? 7.
3.
Jackson?
Yeah.
He meant the mullet.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys ready for our activity?
Yes.
All right. Each table is going to get 4 cards. Yeah, each table is going to get 4 cards. Try not to act like I'm killing you. You're going to have 4 minutes to maybe 5. We don't have a lot of time. I'll give you 5. You're going to have 5 minutes to work out those 4 problems, get all of them done, and then we're swapping in the groups. Does everybody understand? Okay.